Hey everybody, Cypher here. Gonna bring you the Warrior talents. Little preview of them. Alright, I'm not gonna show you the ones that pretty much don't do anything new, but I'll show you all the interesting ones. Alright, so start off with the level 15 ones. Juggernaut, just a reduction in your charge ability to 12 seconds. Double time lets you charge twice. I'll show you this one. So you could just charge twice before the cooldown happens, which is 20 seconds. There's 1, 2, and then it starts going. And Warbringer. This is gonna just stun the target for an additional few seconds. I'm not gonna show that one either. Alright. Now for the healing ones, I'll start with Second Wind. This is pretty much identical. It generates 20 rage whenever you're stunned or immobilized, and whenever you take direct damage you have a 10% chance to regenerate 10% of your HP. Nothing new there. Enraged regen is a little bit different. It's a 1 minute cooldown right now, and it's going to give you an initial heal as well as an overtime heal, but it's toned down a bit. So I'll show you that. So let me get enraged, and actually let me find the ability. There. Initial heal of 20k, and it's taken for about 2k. And it would be more if I used Rallying Cry. And the other ability is Impending Victory. Let me just respec. And respecking is currently resetting these talents, so alright, Impending Victory. Now this is going to replace your Victory Rush spell, and you're going to be able to use it on demand, and it's going to give you a heal. And yeah, it's got a 30-second cooldown, and I'm going to go test it out on a dummy. There, that's for about 16k. It does more healing if it actually procs the same way that Victory Rush does. So, interesting there. Not sure which is going to be the better one. Alright, now the next one, level 45 talents, these are all sort of utility PvP-ish types. Staggering Shout. This is going to snare anything that's already slowed in the area, which you kind of wish you could have this with the next one, which is Piercing Howl. Same as before, AoE slow 50%. And then the third one, which is new, is Disrupting Shout. This is kind of like Arcane Torrent, and I'll show you Staggering Shout and Disrupting Shout. Alright, so get it out of the book. Alright, so I'm going to put a hamstring on this thing, and there you see, rooted for 5 seconds. Would be good, I guess, with another class with an AoE root. And I'll respec and show you Disrupting Shout. Now the animation for Disrupting Shout is a little bit weird, so I could imagine that it's going to get changed. I'll just run up here. And it didn't actually even stun this or silence it, but you get the idea. It's basically going to be like Arcane Torrent. I think it's two yards more of a distance. Yeah. This is 8. That's 2, and it's a little bit more effective as well. Alright. The level 60 abilities now. These are all damaging abilities, and they're all pretty fun stuff. Blade Storm is the same, with a few modifications. They made it basically usable for tanks. So while you're Blade Storming, you can dodge, block, and parry, which is pretty nice. It has all the other effects. You're immune to movement and parrying. You're immune to effects that make your character lose control. And it's basically the same ability with a few mechanics that you can't see anyway, so I'm not going to show that one. Shockwave, same exact ability. The numbers might be a little bit different, but frontal cone, stuns targets, same thing. Dragon Roar, this ability is actually pretty fun. It hits like a truck. It does a little bit of a knockback, which I'm not really sure is needed. And it also stuns targets. And this is in an AoE area around you for 10 yards. So I'll use it on this thing. And I believe the patch notes for the next patch are going to make this do a little bit less damage, but always crit. So, let's see. There, it's hitting for about 21k with no buffs, non-critting on these target dummies. I have a warrior, protection warrior video of the first dungeon that I'm going to be posting. You'll see that this ability crits for over 100k sometimes. It's really nice. And now moving on to the next set of talents, which are all defensive. The first one, this actually used to be in the warrior protection tree a while back, and they're bringing it back. This is basically a mass spell reflection, so whenever you spell reflect, it's going to put up a spell reflect for all your party members for 20 seconds, but it's only going to get a single spell. Safeguard, a little bit different than the safeguard that's on the live servers. It's going to change your interceptability, and that's probably something I should point out. There's no longer any stance requirements for any of the abilities. Some that require shields still require shields, but you could be in any stance for all your abilities. So you're probably going to see a lot more intercepting in BGs. But yeah, this is going to remove any movement impairing effects on you, and it's going to go reduce the damage of taken by the target you're intercepting by 20% for 6 seconds. And Vigilance is much different too. This is actually now a clickable ability when you're in combat. It's got a 2-minute cooldown, and basically all the damage that you put the target you put it on takes, for you take 30% of that damage for 12 seconds. And during the 12 seconds your taunt has no cooldown, and if the target you have it on is getting hit, you become enraged. And I can't really show you this because I need a group member. Alright, and the level 90 ones I can't show you, but I will go over them with you. These all look to be damage / utility-ish. First one is Avatar. You transform into a unstoppable colossus for 20 seconds, increasing your damage by 20% and causing your attacks to generate 50 extra rage. While transformed, you are immune to movement impairing effects. Looks pretty nice for PvP and PvE, giving you that extra damage boost. Alright, that is a 3-minute cooldown. And next one is Bloodbath. Your special attacks cause the Bloodbath effect for the next 12 seconds. And the Bloodbath effect is, your target bleeds for an additional 30% damage of the triggered attack over 6 seconds. While bleeding, the target moves at 50% reduced speed. So yeah, interesting dot there. On a 1-minute cooldown, just from reading these, I have no idea which is going to play out to be better. And the last one is Stormbolt. I've seen NPCs with a similar ability. This is a 30-second cooldown. Hurl your weapon at an enemy, causing 100% weapon damage and stunning the target for 3 seconds. Deals an additional 300% weapon damage to targets permanently immune to stuns. So I don't think it's going to do 300% damage to DKs with Icebound up, but it will most likely do that to raid bosses. So it's probably going to hit pretty hard on a raid boss target. And that's everything. I should have some more warrior videos coming out soon too. And if you like it, like, subscribe, and leave any requests for any other videos you'd like to see. Alright, take care everybody.